Downtown Clinton has seen a lot of changes over the years, but of course a lot of it has stayed the same too. I mean, the store buildings are still there, although instead of furniture and appliance shops and a Western Auto like half century ago, now they're full of specialty shops and restaurants. But one new thing on the brick streets is artist Wyatt Waters' newly enlarged gallery. We dropped in and checked it out the other day. Prolific painter and renowned watercolorist, Wyatt Waters has painted about as long as he's been alive, starting in kindergarten, and eventually earning a master's degree in art at Mississippi. He recently renovated his gallery in Old Town Clinton. It originally opened in 1999. It's located on the brick streets of the Old Town Business District. And the new gallery includes a second story, more room for more paintings.
Was taught to paint by my kindergarten teacher, and she taught me until I was 15 till we moved here. And you know, she always said I was going to paint, so half the time I think I'm painting because Miss Rose told me that I was going to be an artist.
While waiting for the new gallery to be finished, Wyatt and his wife took a trip to France. One thing that distinguishes Wyatt from other artists, for him, it's all about the human interaction.
You don't want to just come back with a bunch of photos and stay in your studio.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, have you ever done that, painted from photos?
Yes, yes. And I was in Paris once before and put together a show, and it was done from photos, but to tell you the truth, I learned a lot for that, but I also learned that what really floats my boat is the being there. You have to be there, and you experience things that you wouldn't experience. And if I shot photos and went home and painted from those, none of those stories would really exist like this. I mean, I met so many people just because I was working on location. The humanity part of that, you know, it's not just the color and the light. Starting a gallery, I think I knew just about as much what I didn't want to do as what I did want to do. It's not a gallery that represents a lot of people. It's just me. Mm-hmm. I did not want to become a dealer. That was what I was just trying to, you know, just run my world. I don't want to run anybody else's. That's hard to do too, though.
When you were at Mississippi College, mm-hmm. that you had then in mind having a gallery down there,
yes.
even before you had sold the first painting.
Want to be a part of that system. I was trying to do things like I wanted to do them. And I wasn't even sure if you could do them that way. I mean, but it was worth the risk.
Wyatt Waters recalls the early days before he was discovered.
Well, my beginnings is professional beginnings, if you want to call them professional. This is why most people would quit, though. But my professional beginnings were, I couldn't get in a gallery. Nobody knows you. My father was a baseball, football coach, and extremely supportive of what I did, because he believed in education. But I didn't know anybody. I couldn't get in galleries. So I painted on the street. They said, well, nobody knows you, kid. You know, it's like no experience. How do you get experience? So I started painting at the corner of Lamar and Capitol. And I would save money, get a job, save money, quit, paint, run out of money, get a job, save money, you know, that kind of thing, 3 or 4 times. And this last time, I was painting on Capitol Street. I just moved back from Meridian and saved some money over there, and I was just about out of money, and people weren't buying because they thought you were homeless on the street. And so I had all these paintings I couldn't sell, and this lady, I don't remember who she was, she worked at Deposit Guarantee Plaza, which is the best place to show in the state. And she said, if you can give me a show in 2 weeks, I'll give you that space. And fortunately, nobody had bought anything, because if they had bought something, I wouldn't have had that show. You know, I really was grateful that I was able to do this. Also makes you work harder, because you had to save it. You think about all those things you didn't do to get the things you do have. But gratitude this time of the year, any time of the year, is a great thing. I was told that sacrifice is something you do not just willingly, but joyfully. That's the best way to do it, because it's not a hardship that you begrudge. It's something you embrace. And that's the way I feel about that kind of thing. I wanted to do it. I thought it was the right thing to do.